press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, so let me continue lecture number 19 from systems of particle and rotational motion. So anyhow, in the last session I have covered some derivations based on moment of inertia. Okay, now let me cover few more derivations which are based on moment of inertia. I hope you know some integration processes. Okay, and so in this session let me find out moment of inertia of solid sphere. Already in the last session I covered hollow sphere. Now let me cover solid sphere, solid cylinder, hollow cylinder and solid cone, hollow cone. So let me cover all the derivations in this class. Okay, your target is to keep final formula in mind. Otherwise, if you are comfortable with integration process, then better you learn these derivations. But I am going to show each and every derivation. So try to remember the formula or otherwise remember the derivation. Now let us start moment of inertia of a solid sphere. The given solid sphere of mass m and density rho. So let me find moment of inertia of the solid sphere. In the last class I covered moment of inertia of a hollow sphere. Okay. Now by using that hollow sphere derivation, let us derive the moment of inertia of the solid sphere. Let us consider a solid sphere of mass m. See, this is the solid sphere whose mass is m, whose density is rho. Let us suppose the radius of this one is something capital R. R is the radius. And for this solid sphere there is a density, volume density, so that can be written as mass by volume. So we can write rho is equals to mass by volume of the solid sphere. Volume of the solid sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. So rho is equals to, we will get 3m by 4 pi r cube. So I got density rho is equals to 3m by 4 pi r cube. Now let us take the small part. You know, to find the moment of inertia of different objects, we will take a small part and we will apply integration with some proper limits. Let us take a small part in this solid sphere and apply the integration with proper limits. Then we will get the moment of inertia of the solid sphere. Now let me take a small part. Okay, this is the small part at a distance of something x. This part is dx. The thickness of the part is dx. The mass is dm. Mass is dm. And let us find the mass of the small part. Find the mass of the small part. So we can write for small part, we can write small part dm is equals to rho into dv. What is the small part? Dm is equals to rho into dv. So dm is equals to rho. Rho already we got 3m by 4 pi r cube. Rho is nothing but 3m by 4 pi r cube. So let me write here dm is equals to rho is 3m by 4 pi r cube dv. dV nothing but area of the shaded region and thickness. area of this shaded region is, this area means if you take this part outside, it is like what? If you take this part outside, that is like a hollow sphere of radius x. Take this part outside, then that part is like a hollow sphere whose radius is x. So that area of the hollow sphere is 4 pi x square into thickness dx. 4 pi, then we get dm is equals to 3m x square dx by r cube. So I got dm value. Then target is to find out moment of inertia of this solid sphere. So for the small part, moment of inertia of the small part, we can write it as, this is like a hollow sphere. I think you remembered moment of inertia of the hollow sphere is 2 by 3 mr square. So 2 by 3 mr square. What is m? dm. R nothing but x square. Got it? So this is what? Moment of inertia of the hollow sphere. R nothing but x. Okay. Now apply the integration with some proper limits. After the integrations, I is equals to integration of 2 by 3, and see the limits. This is 0, ending is r. 0 r. Integration of di becomes I. dm. What is dm? 3m by r cube. 3m by r cube x square dx. X square dx and this x square. Dx is the derivative term. 3. So I is equals to 2m by r cube x square x to the power of 4 dx. This can be written as x to the power of 5 by 5. Integration of x to the power of 4 dx nothing but x to the power of 5 by 5. Substitute the limits. Above is r, below is 0. So r power 5 by 5 minus 0. Now this value is equal to how much? R power 5 by 5. So I is equals to, you will get I is equals to 2 by r cube m r power 5 by 5. So r cube gets cancelled. 2 by 5 m r square. So what is this now? Moment of inertia of the solid sphere whose radius is r. Okay, 2 by 5 m r square. See how I started the derivation again. See, I considered a solid sphere of mass m, radius r, density is rho, and I taken small portion. And how is that small portion? If you take that small portion outside, see, this is the solid sphere. Inside some matter is there. Take a small portion at a distance of something x, you will get a hollow sphere. That hollow sphere will have some radius. I written this dv, I written area and thickness, and apply the integration. And here moment of inertia of the shaded part looks like a hollow sphere formula 2 by 3 mr square. 2 by 3 m nothing but dm, r nothing but x square. So finally I got 2 by 5 mr square. And see, this is the moment of inertia about the diameter of the solid sphere. Means whatever the line passing through the center, whatever may be the line passing through the center, that line indicates about a diameter. So this is the moment of inertia of the solid sphere about its diameter. Okay, about its diameter or about its own axis. This is the formula for what? Moment of inertia of a solid sphere about a diameter, otherwise about its own axis. Keep in mind. And we can find moment of inertia about the tangent. About a tangent. So about a tangent. About a tangent is, see, about this one we know 2 by 5 mr square. About the tangent, we need to find about this. So tell me what theorem we have to use to get this. I hope you remembered. If two axes are parallel to each other, then we can go for parallel axis theorem. What is the statement of parallel axis theorem? According to parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia about any axis which is equivalent to sum of the moment of inertia passing through center of mass and product of mass of the body square of the distance between two parallel axes. I hope you remember this formula. So, I is equals to ICM plus mr square. What is ICM? 2 by 5 mr square mr square. Moment of inertia about a tangent of a solid sphere is 2 by 5 mr square. So, take this. Now, let me continue next one more derivations. So, practice all these derivations. It will give some confidence in solving some JEE level of questions. Yeah, let me continue one more. Write down the heading. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder. Write down. Yeah, the given solid cylinder of mass m, length L, radius r. Okay, they given a solid cylinder of mass m, length L, radius r. Now, let us find the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length I am going to find, perpendicular to the length. So, see, they given a solid cylinder. This is the solid cylinder whose radius r. Let me find moment of inertia about this axis passing through center target is to find out what is this I. Okay, we can expect direct answer also. Let me tell the direct answer at the end. Let us see the derivation, how the formula will come. And anyhow, this is a solid cylinder. Solid cylinder have volume density rho. Rho is equals to mass by volume. Okay. Now the volume of the cylinder, you know, pi r square h. Pi r square h nothing but pi r square L. So what is rho? Rho is equals to mass by volume. So write down rho as what? Rho is equals to mass by volume. What is the volume? Pi r square L. Pi r square L. Target is to find out moment of inertia about this line. Okay. So to find this, again you can go for a small part and apply the integration with some proper limits. Let us see at what distance we have to take the small part. So let me take at a distance of something x. I am taking a small part. This is the small part. See, this is the small part, whose radius is anyhow r. Whose radius is r. See, if you cut a small part, how that small part looks. If you cut a small part at the end or anywhere, take that piece outside, that piece looks like a circular disc. Yeah, definitely. If you cut a small part outside, that small part looks like a circular disc of radius r. Okay, and see, this is the circular disc whose radius is capital R. And you know, moment of inertia of the circular disc about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane is, I hope you remembered, mr square by 2. But the disc is like this and axis passing in this direction. This is the circular disc. Now axis passing through what? About diameter. About diameter we have a formula. Tell me the formula of a circular disc about a diameter. About a diameter, mr square by 4. About a diameter formula, mr square by 4. So let us suppose the mass is dm, thickness of the disc is dx, and about this dm is the small mass. Let us find how much that mass. That is possible by using rho. So for small part, we can write dm is equal to what? Rho into dv. For small part, dm is equals to rho into dv. Rho anyhow we got it. Okay. Now rho into dv, dm, what is rho? Rho is m by pi r square L dv, area of the circular disc and thickness. What is the area of the circular disc? Pi r square, because r is the radius of the circular disc. R is the radius. Pi r square into dx. Pi r square. Then what is the dm value? M by L dx. So I got small mass. M by L dx. Got it? Now let us see how to get the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length. About an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length. Now use the formula. So here about, see, this is like a parallel axis theorem. Okay, these two axes are parallel to each other. From parallel axis theorem we know I is equals to ICM plus m r square. So let me write small moment of inertia, di is equals to dICM plus dm into x square. Got this one? dICM into dm into x square. Otherwise, after the integration, this I is equals to, after the integration, so this is integration of ICM. Integration of dICM is dm x square by 4. dm x square by 4. Integration of dm x square. Integration of dA is I. Integration of dA is I. So mr square by 4, and see the limits. This axis we can move to the left and we can move to the right. So left side is minus L by 2, right side is plus L by 2. Minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. This is minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. So I is equals to dm. What is dm? M by L dx. M by L is a constant, you write outside. M by L is a constant, you write outside. M by L. 4 you write outside. R square you write outside. Got it? I am missing one step. Let me write one step. Minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. What is dm? M by L dx. R square by 4. Integration of minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 m by L dx, and this is x square. Mr square by 4L. Mr square by 4L is common. Integration of dx minus L by 2 to plus L by 2, and m by L constant, integration of x square dx minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. Integration of dx. What is integration of dx? X. Substitute the upper limit. What is the upper limit? Plus L by 2. Minus of minus lower limit. What is the lower limit? L by 2. So L by 2 minus of minus L by 2. Nothing but L by 2 plus L by 2. Nothing but 2L by 2. Nothing but L. So this L cancelled. Integration of this value is equal to how much? L. L cancelled. L cancelled. What is remaining? M r square by 4. Got it? I missed only one step. Take this integration. This is equivalent to L. L cancelled. Coming to this, x square dx. X square dx nothing but x cube by 3. X cube by 3. That 3 you write outside. L by 2. Substitute the upper limit and lower limit. L cube by 8 plus L cube by 8. 2L cube by 8. L cube by 4. Already outside 3 is there. So what is the value here you are getting? M L square by 12. See, this is the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length. M r square by 4 plus M L square by 12. If you take M outside, r square by 4 plus L square by 12. Okay, otherwise we can expect directly. This is like a uniform rod. Okay, you divide this body into two parts. One is a uniform rod passing through center perpendicular to the length. What is the moment of inertia of a uniform rod passing through center perpendicular to the length formula? I hope you remembered. ML square by 12. So this part we can replace with two objects. One is uniform rod of length L passing through center perpendicular to the length, ML square by 12. Another one is circular disc about diameter. Circular disc about diameter formula, mr square by 4. So divide this object into two objects. What are the name of two objects? One is a uniform rod of length L passing through center perpendicular to the length. Other one is a circular disc about diameter. So this is a rod, this is a circular disc. Okay, take this one. We can find about its own axis also. About this axis, radius is r. About its own axis means just you cut a small piece from that. That small piece looks like what? Small piece looks like a circular disc of radius r. Mass is very small m, let us suppose. Okay, small amount of mass about that circular disc. Otherwise, just recall just a disc stand. If you place a number of disc one over the other, that is looks like a solid cylinder. Okay, if you place number of discs one over the other, that is looks like a solid cylinder. Here if you cut one small piece outside, that small piece looks like a circular disc. We know moment of inertia of a circular disc about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. About an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane is mr square by 2. Now the formula for this is mass of the entire disc into radius by 2. So this is the formula. No need to derive. Mr square by 2. So take this. Yeah, completed. Now let us try to derive the moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder. Same derivation, you try it. Otherwise, let me continue, but you try it. Next one is moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder, empty. How we will get a hollow cylinder? Just you take number of circular rings. Place one over the other. Take number of circular rings. Place one over the other. Then that entire system looks like what? Hollow cylinder. Okay. So write down the next heading, moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder whose radius is r, whose mass is m. Yeah, I am finding about this axis. Okay, whose radius is r, mass volume of the cylinder pi r square h. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. H nothing but L. Okay, follow the same process you try to do now. Follow the same process like a previous solid cylinder. Let us write first what is this rho. Is it rho or sigma? Sigma. How it is rho? It is aerial object. Sigma. Sigma is mass by area. Area of the, sorry, we can write sigma only. Area, not volume. Sorry, I did wrong. So pi r square h is the volume of other solid cylinder, not wrong, this one wrong. So sigma, what is sigma? Mass by area. What is the area? 2 pi RL. Sorry, just change it. Sigma is mass by area, 2 pi RL. 2 pi RL. R is the radius, L is the length. And to find the moment of inertia about this axis, let us take a small part. Small part whose radius is very clear, again that is r, and the thickness of the small part is dx, mass of the small part is dm, and see this is a circular ring. This part is a circular ring. Circular ring about the diameter. Now there is will be a moment of inertia about this circular ring. What is the moment of inertia about the diameter? mr square by 2, mr square, m nothing but dm, r square by 2. Now for small part, we can write dm is equals to sigma into dA. dm, what is sigma? m by 2 pi RL. What is dA? dA is 2 pi R into dx. Area of the ring is 2 pi R into dx. Why? Because the ring have thickness dx. Otherwise we can write pi R square. But the ring have thickness dx. So 2 pi R into dx. So 2 pi R gets cancelled. What is the value I am getting here? M by L dx. I got dm as m by L dx. Again follow the same process, means use the parallel axis theorem to get the moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length. So let me write from parallel axis theorem, dA is equals to dIcm plus dm into x square. After the integrations, I is equals to, this is dIcm nothing but this one, integration of dm r square by 2 integration of dm into x square. So solve this one, minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 like a previous, minus L by 2 plus L by 2. Speed up this calculation, get the value, substitute dm. And there also you write m by L into dx, apply the integration, verify it. So dm is m by L into dx, r square by 2, write m by L r square by 2 outside, integration of dx will be remain here. Here integration of x cube will remain, you verify and you extend the steps. Extend the steps, extending everyone. See, here integration of what is the dm? M by L dx r square by 2 minus L by 2 plus L by 2. Integration of M by L dx x square minus L by 2 plus L by 2. So, I is equals to m by mr square by 2L integration of minus L by 2 plus L by 2 dx m by L x square dx integration of minus L by 2 plus L by 2. So, I is equals to m r square by 2L integration of x is x minus L by 2 plus L by 2 m by L, this is x cube by 3 minus L by 2 plus L by 2. So, I is equals to mr square by 2L, L by 2 minus L by 2, this is L. This is m by 3L, L by 2 whole cube. So, L cube by 4, 2L cube by 8, 2L cube by 8 means L cube by 4. 1L, 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 1L gets cancelled. I is equals to mr square by 2 m L square by 12. So, I is equal to m into r square by 2 L square by 12. See this. And see, this can be divided into two parts. One is a uniform rod, other one is a circular ring. What is the moment of inertia of a uniform rod of length L perpendicular to the length ml square by 12, and circular ring about diameter, means mr square by 2. So, it's split up into two parts. One is mr square by 2, other one is ml square by 12. So, this is the answer. And in the same way, we can get moment of inertia about its own axis. Tell me the own axis, about its own axis. So, about its own axis means, see, this is the hollow cylinder about own axis like this. So, take a small piece out. That small part is looks like what? Small part is looks like a circular ring about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the length, perpendicular to the plane. So, if you place ring one over the other, that looks like a hollow cylinder. Now, about this axis is like a axis passing through center of circular ring, passing through center and perpendicular to the plane. What is the formula for a circular ring perpendicular to the plane? mr square. For this also the same. About its own axis formula, keep in mind, I is equal to mr square. About its own axis, I is equals to mr square. So, first you take this one. Next, I will continue one more derivation. Yeah. See, by using this moment of inertia, we can find radius of gyration also. I hope you remembered radius of gyration formula. Tell me what is the radius of gyration? K is equals to root of I by m. If you know I value, we can find K value. Okay, if you know I, we can find K. That is K is equal to root of I by m. Root I by solid cone, hollow cone. Okay, derivations are your interest, but this derivation part is important. This method is important for JEE level. So, this is one of the good question. So, write the heading, moment of inertia of a solid cone about its own axis. Write down the heading, moment of inertia of a solid cone about its own axis. About its own axis. Yeah. See, the given a solid cone whose height is mentioned h, whose base radius is given capital R, and solid cone nothing but that will have a volume density rho. Okay, that will have a volume density, and you know volume of the solid cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. I hope you remembered volume of the solid cone 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now see, they given a solid cone like this. This is the solid cone whose base radius is given, base radius is given capital R, base radius is capital R, whose height capital H. So let me take the height of the solid cone is capital H. So cone with a cream like that, capital H. Yeah. Now let us see how to find the moment of inertia about this axis. About this axis is our target. Okay. Volume of this one is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Volume of the cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now rho is equals to, we got 3m by pi r square h. Rho is equals to 3m by pi r square h. Now to find the moment of inertia of this, let us again go for a small part. Let us see how to take the small part. And see, at a distance of something y, at a distance of y, I am taking a small part at a height of y. This I am taking. This small part, if you cut it outside, and that small part looks like a some circular disc. Okay, one slice you take it outside. That radius let us consider small r. Radius of that small part is small r. You cut a small part, take it outside, take a slice. That small part is looks like a circular disc whose radius is r, whose mass, let us suppose that mass of this circular disc is dm. Mass of the circular disc is dm. Thickness of that disc dy. What is the thickness? dy. Mass dm. Okay, and see, for this there will be a sigma or there will be a rho. So for a small part, dm is equals to rho dv. dm is equals to rho dv. dm, what is rho? 3m by pi r square h. dv, volume of the disc, because the disc have some thickness, that's why I am finding volume. Otherwise you will get only area if it is has negligible thickness. Now the volume of the disc is pi r square, pi small r square, r is the radius, into what? dx. Not dx, it is dy. Pi r square dy. See, some different variables we are getting. Anyhow, pi gets cancelled. So 3m by r square. R is the variable. Small r is variable. Y also variable, because if you take here r is different. If you take downside, r is different. That's why small r is the variable, and height also varies. So these are the two different variables. Let us convert the two different variables into any one term. You can convert r into y, otherwise y into r, any one. So by using this diagram, we can convert whether the small r into y or small y into r, any one. So let me find from this diagram, from this given diagram, from figure, Let me use some triangle system. If I take something angle theta, and see, I will get one triangle here. This is one small triangle whose height is how much? Small r. Okay, and whose this base side is how much? H minus y. This is h minus y. See the bigger triangle. This one is the bigger triangle. See, this is the bigger triangle whose height is h, whose this side is r. So compare the side by side, base by base. Small r by capital R. Small r by capital R. Small r by capital R. Height of the small part means nothing but base, h minus y by h. So small r is equals to r by h minus y. I got this link up between small r and capital R with y symbol. Let us apply the differentiation for this. You will get one proper number. So apply the differentiation. Differentiation of this is dr. R by h you write as it is. Differentiation of y, because y is the variable, h is not variable, capital R is not variable, that is a constant. So this is constant is 0 and dy, this is minus is there, minus dy. So let me write dy value, dy is equals to minus h by r dr. Otherwise you change. Got this? Let us find the moment of inertia about this axis. Now, small part is what? Circular disc. Circular disc about the center, passing through center, perpendicular to the plane. That take the small part. We are finding the moment of inertia of the small part. If you take the limits, you will get the full part. So that small part is like a circular disc of radius r. Mass is dm. Then what is the moment of inertia of the small part? I is equals to integration of dm into r square by 2. Why dm into r square by 2? mr square by 2, because that is like a circular disc. Circular disc about center perpendicular to the plane is mr square by 2, dm r square by 2. What are the limits? Here the lower limit is r. Upper limit, if it goes, it will become 0. Yeah. Got it? Substitute dm value. Substitute dm. I is equals to r to 0. dm. What is dm? 3m by r square h r square dy into r square and whole divided by 2 is there. That 2 I am writing outside. This 2 I written outside. I is equals to, so 3m by 2 r square h integration of r to 0 r square r power 4 dy value. What is dy value? Minus h by r dr. Minus h by r dr. So minus h by r dr. Okay. Write minus in front. I is equals to minus 3m by 2 r square h and this h, one you strike off h r cube r power 4 dr, r power 4 dr. So r power 5 by 5 r to 0. Substitute upper limit 0 minus lower limit r power 5 by 5. So minus of minus plus 3m getting 3 by 10 m r square. See, this is the moment of inertia of what? Solid cone. Okay, moment of inertia of the solid cone. If they ask the radius of gyration, then how to find the radius of gyration? If they ask to find radius of gyration of a solid cone, then I think you remember the formula, k is equal to root of I by m. I nothing but 3 by 10 m r square by m. Then what is the answer you are getting now? Root 3 by 10 times of r is what? Root 3 by 10 times of r is the radius of gyration. See, for a solid cone, I have taken a small element at a height of y, then I got two different variables, one is a small r, other one is a y. Then I converted r into y, otherwise y into r, and I applied the integration. Here I am taking mr square by 2. Why it is mr square by 2 means, for a small part if you take outside, that small part is looks like a circular disc whose radius is r, and that axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. And I substituted some limits. What are the lower limit? Lower limit starts with r, end with 0 radius, so r to 0, and I substituted all the values. Finally I got 3 by 10 mr square. See, this is the moment of inertia of what? Solid cone. If they given hollow cone, tell me what is the formula? We can expect directly hollow cone or like a triangular cone. Hollow cone is better. Hollow cone. So for example, you take a paper and you shape in the form of a hollow cone, like a cone without cream, ice cream, like that. So this is the hollow cone about its own axis, whose base radius is, let us suppose they given r, whose base radius is r. Here you apply a force, just you apply a force, take a hollow cone in your piece will join here, next piece will join here. After that, how it appears? It appears like a circular disc. It is appears like a one circular disc of radius r, and you are finding about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane, about an axis passing through center perpendicular to the plane. Tell me the formula. If you apply a force at the top of a hollow cone, that entire part looks like a one circular disc of radius r, mass m. Then the formula for a hollow cone similar to formula of circular disc of radius r passing through center perpendicular to the plane. Then what is the answer for this moment of inertia of a hollow cone? See, this is the hollow cone. Hollow cone formula, I is equals to m r square by 2. So direct m r square by 2. So this is the moment of inertia of hollow cone. See, I covered so many derivations: solid cone, hollow cone, solid cylinder, hollow cylinder. Okay. See, we started moment of inertia from rectangular rod, otherwise uniform rod. So try to practice all these formulas. Okay, it's your interest, means derivations are your interest, because every formula I derive, means I shown every derivation on board. If you are comfortable with integrations, then better you practice all these integrations. Otherwise, at least you practice formulas, because formulas will help in solving so many variety of questions. If you remember the formula, for suppose if the given mass of a solid cone is something 5 kg, radius of the solid cone is given something 2 meter, then if they ask you to find out moment of inertia of a solid cone about its own axis, if you know the formula, then you will get the answer in a matter of seconds, means 3 by 10 mr square. If m is 5 kg, r is 2, you will get direct answer. Okay, better you practice all the formulas. Okay, so in the next class I will give you some different model questions based on moment of inertia. Okay, earlier I covered torque, and after the torque I extended the torque into some other level. Of course, some other concepts are there. Toppling concept is there related to the torque, toppling. That toppling also I am going to cover at the end of all these topics. Next we have only one concept is left in systems of particles and rotatory motion, that is rolling motion concept is there. Before that we will continue conservation of angular momentum. Conservation of angular momentum. Already angular momentum derivations I covered in starting classes, starting previous videos I covered angular momentum. Okay, you know L is equal to mvr, but here in the next session I am going to extend with the conservation of law of conservation of angular momentum, okay, and I will continue some concepts, and after that rolling motion, okay. So now let me stop this one, practice all these derivations and try to practice the formulas, okay. Thank you.